John Rule, you and I'm Aubrey Shepherd, are on public access TV recording on the, what day is it? 4th of March. May. It's not April anymore. Okay, that's Sarah Marsh. She's a Ward 1 City Council member. This was on the first day of the grand opening of the trail, and this is near the bottom southern end of the trail, the new trail system.
Lionel and Patty.
Patty Beeson.
Right.
Beeson or Beeson?
Beeson.
Okay.
Beeson.
Yeah.
B-E-S-O-M.
And there is the showy evening primrose at World Peace Wetland Prairie. And here's one of my favorite captures, as they say, this week. It's a darner butterfly.
Yeah.
And the specific rest of its name I can't remember. So, but anyway, you see how bright and pretty he is with those sort of chartreuse stripes.
I sure do. Look, a green striped darner.
You know what plant he's on?
I ought to know.
Well, it's last year's cattail.
Last year's cattail. Right, because we used to use the
but that was
pollen to make pancakes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, good.
Blue-eyed grass, which
Blue-eyed grass, that's a beautiful shot.
Can you name that one?
Looks like some kind of bluet, but I don't know.
No, it's bigger than that. Anyway, box turtles were everywhere
going away
the last few days. That one, he was out in the middle of the street in front of my house.
Does he have red eyes?
I never, keep watching, maybe I'll have a better picture of his eyes.
Yeah.
Well, he's a male, and that's because he's got a dent underneath his tummy where he can roll on the shell of a female.
Right.
And there you can see, but I still can't see if his eyes are red.
Pretty outfit.
Yeah, I carried him around for a few minutes and then took him over to my neighbor's yard where he was headed, apparently. But see, they sit out in the middle of the street waiting for a mate.
Yeah.
They look, I don't know, they're just foolish.
Scares me to death. People hit them.
I carried him around, I put him back over. Then today, I found a different one over in the alley between Hill Avenue and Government Avenue, just a block from MLK. It was in the middle of the alley, and it was a female.
Oh,
and I'll have her picture here somewhere. See that?
I do.
That's way up on the power pole. I just barely held it steady enough to get his picture of that woodpecker.
Yeah. Harrier Downey.
You recognize, yeah, Harrier Downey. That's all I know too, John. I can't tell for sure. I have to look real close and look at them up. Black locust?
Black locust, they used to dip those flowers in fritter and batter and fry them, make fritters with them. I can't believe that, but it's true. It's true.
Well, this tree, you can see it outside my yard there on the park on the north side of the house.
It's a good year for them. Some years that.
It's on our property, so
that's wonderful.
We're glad to have it. And there are more thorns on a honey locust, right? Isn't that one of the ways?
Yeah, and the big thorns. They're not as big on a black locust,
right.
But they're sincere too.
Yeah, but this
looks like sassafras.
Sassafras, and several weeks I've shown the buds how they were opening in flowers.
Gumbo filet.
Yeah, that's what they make from it for occasions.
Is that a very small flower on a crinkly sort of stem?
Yeah, and you see the little tiny dioideas in the background, and I still hadn't looked up the name of that one. But it'll be going out of style because everywhere you see them right now, people are about to mow. You have them in your yard, don't you?
Yeah, I claim that I'll look them up, and I never get around to it.
Okay, that's dioidea, the small pink, and that's a yellow, what are those things that, see how the leaves fold?
Yeah, that's not a primrose, is it?
No, it's a small flower like this.
Oh, okay.
But see the leaves look like.
I see the leaves.
Like.
Fern, really?
No, they look just like a clover leaf.
Yeah.
Except they fold up, and when they're folded up, they don't look like clovers. So you couldn't guess that. Here's some flowers, very tiny flowers on this grass. Now this is lyre-leaved, what I call it? Anyway, common name is cancer weed, yeah. And,
There's an awful lot of it this year, I think.
yes,
There's a
and
lot
it's
of
real tall. It's just getting taller by the day.
I
and
don't
they're
know where it
beautiful
came
tiny
from, but I
flowers.
did a drawing of it when I was out in Idaho in the 50s.
Really? Well, it's a native plant. It's
Yeah.
like most of the things we
I just
we show
assumed it
here.
wasn't. I assumed it was brought from Europe.
No, it's a good one.
Great.
Anyway, till next time, do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you.
Amen.
Well, John, let's see a few more pictures from
Yes,
Pueblo,
let's
Arkansas.
see more. I want
in
to see more cancer
first week
week.
of May. And
Right.
see what we've got here. This I already mentioned on the other segment, made in 2 different days. Lyre-leaved sage,
Cancer week.
cancer weed. Now this is, you got this one? Red
Honeysuckle.
buckeye.
Red buckeye. Oh no, I've not seen these. They're native to Arkansas farther east.
Well, you saw it
I
in
think.
World Peace Wetland Prairie.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Okay.
it was imported or brought.
Well, I swear, I've seen it grow in a lot of places. I don't
Well,
know.
there
you know.
people sell it.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's a U.S. native, whether it's.
Right, it is. Well, no, it's an Arkansas
Arkansas
native. I
native,
think over
just
east.
not as much
I
here.
don't know why I think that.
Well, everybody likes irises, so I got a bunch of these at World
they're
Peace
beauties.
Wetland Prairie this morning.
Bearded iris.
They're really popular, and they're not necessarily, these are not native plants. These are imported, modified.
Yeah, right.
Here's one that's in front of the sign at World
Looks
Peace
like
Wetland.
a Siberian iris, Siberian.
I'm always trying to get visitors to read the values of wetland and wet prairie. So that's why we treasure that sign that we've had
Very
for
good.
7 or 8 years, you know.
Very good. It's a good
And
sign.
So there it is. People stop by. That's the first thing they'll do is read that, and they'll appreciate things more, I think, if they're not already involved in that kind of thinking. But this is a Asclepias viridis milkweed. It's
Yeah,
a
green
short.
milkweed.
It's a short milkweed plant, but it's a very popular, very
That's a-
common. It's not as bright a color when it actually
Is
blooms.
that a primrose?
That's the showy evening primrose. I think the other picture might have had 1 or 2, and this one has 4 together. But they're just now getting to their peak in northwest
Right,
Arkansas.
right.
They're a little late, I think, in some places.
Everything's mixed up.
And here's that cancer weed again.
Yeah.
Can't tell people too often that this is a good plant. Keep it, don't mow it. Let it get big and watch, because you will see various kinds of insects actually using those things. In the foreground, that's
Must be.
this is the
Spiderwort.
yeah, spiderwort. Thank you. And more of these irises. And
There's one kind of spiderwort that can detect radiation. Will change color.
did they wear it on their shirt when they go in a treatment? I mean, a
Not that
plant
I
where
know
they
of.
have radiation. This white one's at WP, and I guess looks like 3 blooms, but it looks like it could be 10 when you see it as a big
Right,
blur.
it
It's
really
such a
spreads
huge
out.
one. And I can't name all those little things.
Right.
Some of the tall grass is starting to grow and will be flowering and going to seed early species, but others will be later. So I wanted to share a lot of those and talk about them a lot because,
You're like a drooping lower lip there.
yeah, it does. And there's
That's
it's
beautiful.
almost, that's a pink, almost peach version. And those are,
Native honeysuckle again.
and that's back in the thicket at World Peace Wetland Prairie. It's been there ever since
Oh,
what
goodness.
time, I guess. Okay, here's the dahlia, the, what I call it, white prairie clover. It's not really clover, but
Yeah.
it is a native species.
No, I've seen it in the book
And it's one thing
and
to,
in nature.
but it's a great thing to have, and you will catch insects using it if you watch it enough.
Most clovers are good things to have.
Yes, absolutely. And this is at the senior center, and the mowers were there. That's why I made so many
Oh.
pictures of it
Oh.
over the senior center. That's side view, it's not as pretty from under there where that part's dried up.
Right.
But anyhow, you can get to see a gnarly old hand in that picture, and a gnarly old thumb in there with it. But okay, should be having another turtle, box turtle, I hope, coming up here. These are running real slow for some reason. And there's a side view, and the car's parked down there. I've always thought these were beautiful, but you know, people just it's nothing. There she is. That's the female.
Yeah.
She was on between Government Avenue and Hill Avenue, on a alley there that's got newly covered with white gravel, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think it's oil, but it's packed down real hard.
Yeah, sort of a desert, and she's trying to do her stuff.
She's out there in the heat. This was afternoon, and
Must
she's
be
out there.
appreciating it. Yeah.
She's waiting for a guy to come along. She's a maid in waiting. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, air pure, and the woods green. See you, John.
Bye-bye.